appreciate it.
Well, let's. Oh, it is working. Great. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now that our secretary has arrived in this, the Public Safety Committee can get started. I want to welcome everybody here today. My name's Alan Powell, and I'll get to the introductions in just a few minutes. First order of business to the committee. Have y'all had a chance to read your rules, committee rules enclosed in your folder? Yes. Is there any discussion? Somebody wanted to speak. Who's 25? Did you wish to speak, Mr. Collins? All right. I meant to bring the Bright Idea hat with me today, but we'll bring it next meeting. Committee members, what's the pleasure of the committee on the adoption of the rules?
Move to adopt.
We have a motion. We have a second.
Second.
Do we have any questions, any comments, any suggestions? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and the ayes clearly have it. Ladies and gentlemen in the audience, this is the first meeting of the House Public Safety Homeland Security meeting for the 17-18 session. There's a few very special people that I want to introduce. Not that the elected legislators aren't, they're just committee members like myself, but there's some folks that deserve very special attention. First, I want to introduce Abby Day. Abby is she's actually the hands that runs this committee. Next to her, we have Emmon Hart. She is the intern for the committee and myself. Renee, is she still here? Renee, she is my intern. Julius Talbert. Any of y'all wondering that we have moved the meeting from Tuesday to Wednesdays? That was done so that we could keep Julius as our leg counsel. And I will tell, and most of y'all who've had an opportunity to work for him know that they just don't get much sharper. Amen. Thank you, Julius. And he'll be the counsel for the committee. That being said, I've introduced myself. I'm from Hartwell, Georgia. I'm on my, I've been up here several years, so I'm moving on to another term. And if we will, I'll start to my right, to the vice chairman of the committee, and just go down and everybody introduce yourselves, tell everybody a little bit about themselves.
Eddie Lumsden, District 12 from Rome, Georgia, starting third term, retired state trooper by profession. Glad to be able to serve in this capacity on this committee.
Micah Gravely, House District 67, entering my third term. I represent South Paulding County and West Douglas County.
I'm Jay Collins. I represent House District 68, which is Temple, Billerica, and Southern Douglas County. I'm a funeral director by trade and worked in local government for 13 years as mayor of the city of Billerica. Glad to be on this committee, Mr. Chairman.
I'm Darlene Taylor. I represent District 173, Thomas, Grady, and Decatur County. I have the most southwest corner of the state as part of my district, and we are recovering from some storms down there. Thank you.
I'm Gerald Green, serving my first term here, along with my chairman over there. This is a committee that I've served on now for a number of years, and like Darlene, we are recovering down there, and thank you, Colonel, for once again coming to our rescue down there to give us a little help to let our law enforcement, my boys, rest some. And thank you for always being there for us. And all the other law enforcement folks, we really appreciate y'all.
My name is Mac Jackson from District 128, serving my fifth term. I represent Hancock County, Washington County, Jefferson County, a portion of Johnson County, a portion of McDuffie County, and Warren County.
Cool.
Representative Heath Clark. I serve Northern Houston County, District 147. This is my second term on this committee and in the House. My district was hit with some of the tornadoes this weekend as well. Not nearly as bad as the southern part of the state, but There is some minor damage in our area, and thank you all for everything you're doing to help us out.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm Jesse Petrie. I represent parts of Chatham and Bryan County. This is my second term. Glad to be here again, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman. My name is Bill Workheiser. I represent District 157, which is Tattnall, Evans, and Wayne County. It's my first term on public safety, but it was a request that I wanted, so I'm glad to be here.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm State Representative Gloria Frazier, and I'm from Augusta, Georgia. I represent part of Richmond County and all of Burke County, and I am serving my 6th term.
Mr. Chairman, I apologize for being late. I don't know what you guys have done before, but would a motion be in order? No. Okay. But anyway, my name is Mike Glanton. I represent District 75, which encompasses portions of Clayton County. It's my pleasure to be here.
He deals with a lot of important issues. I will also tell you that this committee, that we believe in open dialogue and debate. If someone has a bill in and if they wish that bill to be heard, they're going to get a hearing. And, you know, this committee has been noted that we've had several long, drawn-out committee meetings so that people can be heard. A lot of it may be redundant, but that is certainly the right that people have. So I just want to get that out of the way. To the people in attendance today, it's a long-standing rule of the last several sessions that I've had a comment to people who are in attendance. First, cut your cell phones off. You too, members. Secondly, because of events that transpired a few years ago on this committee because of the, trying to think of the right words to use, that there was some legislation of a few years ago that had certain people in the state that just got over the top with it to the point that they were making threats to members of the committee. Well, I said a couple of years ago, I said, if you've got any threats to make, then you need to come to me first and make those threats. Because you need to be careful. We got enough law enforcement and retired law enforcement folks. Hell, there's more guns up here than there probably out there in the audience. So, you know, civil behavior is one thing, and that's one thing that non-civil behavior will not be tolerated, whether it's to a member of this committee or a threat to this committee or any committee member, or, quite frankly, rudeness to the ladies that work in our office. They're not elected. So if you got something ugly to say, or if you want to get on the phone, be very cautious about what you say to them because they record the numbers, and I will call you back. So I just want to get that out of the way. Let's start introducing folks. Let's start with the back of the room, the guys in blue. All right. Cool.
Deborah Nesbitt, ACCG.
Thank the good Lord, ACCG is in attendance. Chuck?
Chuck Spahos, Director of the Prosecuting Attorney. Mike Mitchell, Legislative Liaison, Department of Driver Services.
Washington was a good trip this weekend, wasn't it?
Yes, sir, indeed. Spencer Moore, Commissioner of Department of Driver Services.
Very good. deal. Cool.
I'm Barry Morgan, I'm the Solicitor General of Cobb County.
I'm Barry Schrank, President of Taggart Driving School.
I'm Bob Hayes, President of AA Academy of Action Driving, and President of the Georgia Association of Tourist Production and Defensive Driving Educators.
Good deal.
All right.
Bain Rich, GBI.
Nellie Miles, Public Affairs Director, GBI.
I'm Vernon Keenan, Director of the Georgia Bureau of Investigation.
Very good.
Justin Kernan, Georgia Municipal Association.
Very good. You need to be over here with ACCG where we can hem y'all up together over here.
He's over there for a reason.
I understand. Is there anyone that didn't get a chance to introduce yourselves? To the committee members, you're looking at probably your best contact numbers for a lot of our state agencies and quasi-agencies that deal with a lot of the issues that will come before this committee. I'm sure at some point you'll see a few more of them here. I don't see anyone from the Chiefs, and I know the Sheriff's Association is having their annual winter conference today up at Cobb County. And if any of y'all want to ride up and pay your respects to the sheriff, we'll see if we can't get you transportation up there sometime today if you'd like to go. This committee, ladies and gentlemen, I think the members that's been on this committee, they know what to expect. They know that this is sort of a catch-all, that we basically look at issues and pending legislation that has an effect on public safety and homeland security. The gamut of that can run from anything from general statute legislation to guarantee of constitutional rights to any and all possible things. I will tell you that this committee will be visiting some of the state agencies. If you don't know anything about GIPSTIC, you darn well need to, because our state officers are absolutely the best trained officers there are in the state. The GBI is by far the preeminent investigative services in this state. The Georgia State Patrol, the preeminent uniformed services in our state. That being said, last year, and if you talk to me long enough, you'll find out I sort of get an itch. When we've had 9 officers that died in their duties, 7 by gunshots last year. I get a little bit hedgy when we get to talking about these things, because law enforcement officers, they are the symbol of public safety, and that's what defines us as the difference between us and the jungle. So yes, I'm pretty strong in my views about that. That being said, do we have any comments from any of the committee members? Don't mean for this meeting to last long, and we got one member fixing to go chair another committee. If there's nothing else to be said, I'd like to appoint our newest member, Mr. Collins. Would you go to the Speaker's office and inform the Speaker that the House Public Safety Commission is duly organized and we're ready to accept legislation and prepare for the state's business. Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for being here and look forward to working with you.